Okay, guys, hold up. Stop. Seriously, stop. Something really big just happened. Congress passed one of the biggest housing bills in decades. That's what the headlines are actually saying right now, but that's really, honestly, not the story. Here's the story. Congress just admitted America's housing system is broken. Think about that. For years, we've been blaming mortgage rates, greedy investors, builders, the Fed. This bill quietly admits the real problem. America's building supply doesn't have enough homes. So, will this bill actually fix something, or is it just political theater? Let's go find out together on this one. So, like I said, the headlines are saying Congress passes housing bill. Big effing deal. Bills get passed all this stinking time. Here's what almost nobody is telling you. This wasn't just one little small little change here and there. No, no, no. This is a full blown housing package of reforms. That's important because they're finally stop pretending that there's only going to be one little magic fix that's going to fix everything. No, they're attacking the housing problem from multiple different directions, and that is new. So, question for you. The biggest target is what? Supply. For years, America hasn't built enough homes. Not apartments, condos, single family homes, nothing. Not a zilch, zero. I mean, yeah, built stuff, but you know what I mean. I've done other videos about that. You guys go take a look at. But you know what? Think about it. When demand goes up, prices go up. That's economics 101. This bill is trying to make it easier to build. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a little bit of time. Let's be rational human beings here. But my question is, are the cities going to allow it? Because that's where a lot of housing projects go to die. DOA, man, just seriously. Here's the point. Here's the part that people are just not talking about, nor are they discussing. Everybody wants cheaper housing. I don't know a single person that doesn't want cheaper housing. I've done real estate for 26 freaking years. But here's this. Almost nobody wants new housing being built right next door to them. And that's the fight. It's not with Congress, it's not the builders, it's your local city council, your local city building department. When projects go in, this is where they run into serious stinking problems and red tape. So, here's what actually caught my attention about that. Think about this. For years, politicians have argued about interest rates. Builders blamed regulations. Home buyers blamed investors. Everybody blamed somebody else. But this bill says something different. It says we don't have enough homes. And that's a massive shift because if that's true, then lower mortgage rates don't solve the problem. Begging investors to buy a property doesn't solve the problem. Price controls? Nope. Guess what? Doesn't solve the problem. Long-term solution is building more homes. Whether you agree or disagree with this, the message is buried deep inside the bill. And I think that is honestly the real story. So now we've talked about the builders, we've talked about the government. Let's talk about buyers. How's this going to affect you as a buyer or your buyers if you're a real estate agent? Some parts of the package are actually meant to improve access to financing, which is really, really good, actually. And in all honesty, better financing, cheaper financing, faster financing, great stuff, as long as it's done legally, of course. But you can't confuse that with cheaper houses. These are two totally different things. If supply doesn't increase, prices stay under pressure. That's simple math. My biggest takeaway, I don't think the bill is going to be changing housing, today. I think it's changing the conversation. White House, Washington, the Congress, all these fools up in there finally admitted the housing shortage is real. Now comes the hard part, actually stinking fixing it. And that's going to take years, not months. I mean, you can't really build a whole new country full of new houses in a couple of months. It's going to take years. It's going to take a lot of planning. So just bear with that. My real question to you is this. Is this the beginning of a real estate reset, like when it comes to housing nationally? Or is it just another bill that sounds better than it actually works? Go ahead and drop your comments and thoughts and theories down below because this story is just starting. I'm going to be watching it like a hawk for you guys every single step of the way. So I'm going to see you guys on the next video. Make sure you tune back in. But until then, have a blessed and powerful day.